What is going on, all of my living, breathing, walking people of the planet and or the non? I am D Venom, along with feathered friends. You guys are all tuned into Raising Vibrations Podcast. I hope all of my people of the planet, especially my people of addiction and or functioning addicts, are staying on that straight and narrow and doing everything possible to elude psychic vampires, negative energies, including podbean trolls and scallywags from one's lives. We all should know by now that those particular elements only take away from our energies and our vibrations. If we could elude them at all costs, we have done our own selves some justice. And with that being said, let's get into tonight's episode, starting right now. All right, you guys, as mentioned, I am D Venom along with feathered friends. I told you guys in an episode yesterday that whenever I mention my feathered friends, that means that I am within the apartment recording the content or recording this episode for you guys. I say apartment because this shirt doesn't feel like home. So anyway, it's the apartment. To the left of me are the feathered friends. They are covered. They're getting their bird rest on. I'm about to get my rest on here momentarily, but I just wanted to reach out to you guys before doing so. I was going to incorporate some music in the beginning of my episode, but I have maxed my resources in regard to Podbean's music choices, so I'm just going to refrain from doing that until I can figure out something otherwise in regard to incorporating music to my Podbean podcast. Anyway, you guys, let's talk about it. I woke up this morning blessed. For one, I am alive. Excuse me. I am alive. And my feathered friends are alive. My mother is alive because I was able to speak with her this morning. So, everything was routine. I took care of my needs before going to work, and I had my coffee. I was highly vibrational. I listened to meditation music on the way to work, and, everything was fine, and everything still is fine. Anyway, work went great. It was always a pleasure to be around my work family, those particular energies. But anyway, after work was complete, I was getting ready to leave, and the boss lady wanted to have a conversation with me. And, anytime you are behind the boss lady's doors, it can mean a good thing or it can mean a bad thing. In my case, it wasn't necessarily a good thing and it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It was quite neutral. Anyway, the boss lady went on to, I don't want to use this harsh word, but I'm going to chastise me in regard to one's work performance. And the boss lady has, talked to me about my work performance once before in regard to, speeding up things and picking up the pace because they have a certain time period to get things done. And I've been told by corporate America on several of occasions that I need to pick up my pace in regard to work. I am synonymous to nature. I was born at 3-something in the afternoon on Halloween, and I move at a slow pace. I'm not saying that I can't pick up my pace and move more quickly, but, I can't think of the person who said this quote, but I'm going to paraphrase it. Nature moves slowly, but yet and still she gets everything accomplished. And I absolutely love that particular quote. Damn, I can't think of Lee Wo or Wu or something of that particular nature, but it speaks volumes to me because this is me. I beat to the rhythm of my own drum, and I may not get everything accomplished considering my ADHD, but, you know, in most cases, I do get things accomplished at my own pace. You know, but we're talking about corporate America, which in most cases, they want stuff done at a speedy damn pace. And, you know, that's just not me. And this is why I need to find or manifest a job that I can move at my own damn pace. Not that I'm upset that the boss lady, you know, brought that up, you know, brought that to my attention, because I know that I've been laxing or been lackadaisical, for lack of better words, in regard to my work performance. For one, you know, weed can't affect a person's performance and abilities to do things. I smoke a hell of a lot of weed before work. I'm just going to keep it real. You know, I'm dealing with these damn kids. Not that I have to smoke marijuana to deal with children, but, you know, I'm an avid weed smoker. You know, this is my medicine. I'd rather take weed and smoke it and consume it versus taking all these pills and shit like that the doctor gives me that brings upon one ailment only to bring upon another. Oh, my bad. That's my Russian friend texting me. But anyway, I'd rather consume or smoke marijuana, you know, versus, taking the pills and stuff like that, you know, your doctor gives you or whatever. But, I know that, smoking marijuana before work and stuff like that has a huge impact on my performance. So I'm going to switch that up and, try my best not to, consume or smoke marijuana before going to work. Aside from that, I've just been going through my own personal, bullshit behind the scenes. And, being ADHD and bipolar doesn't help, but it is who I am. I procrastinate in my own life. So, I can imagine how that works within the work field. I guess my biggest thing that I don't understand in regard to corporate America is, you guys hire individuals that have special needs, and you guys hire individuals that have congenital mental disorders, and expect for we individuals to come to work and teach you all about our ailments when y'all should know this shit your damn selves. It's hard being ADHD and bipolar and having all of this going on in my head, and, trying to keep up with the workforce and all of this type of shit. And, and I'm not trying to blame anything on my ADHD and bipolar, but it does have a lot to do with my work performance. And I mean, it affects me in my own real life. So why wouldn't it affect me in regard to my work performance? It's a hard pill to swallow, but it is who I am. It's who Source created me to be. And if I didn't have these congenital ailments, I probably wouldn't be in the predicament, or how can I say it? I just wouldn't be who I am to this day. So, I'm happy to have my congenital ailments. It's just a matter of, balancing them all out, and going from there. Anyway, after talking about, my work performance and things of that particular nature, they further went on to tell me, that, they don't want to, have the school be a part of the podcast. And they didn't say it in a rude way, but, I understand where they're coming from. There's a lot at stake. Someone can link back a couple of clues that I gave you guys in regard to where I work, and, know exactly. This is why I refrain from telling you guys where I worked. I know I gave you guys clues in regard to, where I am possibly employed at, because we needed the help and I was trying to get us the help. But I understand where, I I understand where the boss lady is coming from because, they're in school and where we work at pays, I think, for their tuition or helps out with the tuition or something to that particular nature. But the school has something to do with that where I work at. And, had one of the parents come across my episode and link back, via clues that I gave where I work at, they could call the boss lady and, get on them about some things in regard to, even though I don't mention any of the kids' names. I am still, I'm telling the truth about y'all badass kids. They are highly sexual. They are, mannish and bad as fuck. They do waste y'all motherfucking money in regard to, buying food and spilling it all over the floor and not eating it and dumping it. And I mean, these kids be doing the most at my job, but, who am I to tell that? You know what I'm saying? So, in a nutshell, you guys won't be hearing about the school and the kids and stuff like that no longer because not everybody wants to be a part of podcasts. And, your just period. Not everybody wants to be a part of podcasts, just period. And I understand where the boss lady is coming from because their job could be at jeopardy. And, if they lose their job, then they lose the tuition and all of that type of stuff. So, I get it. I just totally get it. There was a couple of other things that the boss lady touched down in regard to, me and work, but I won't get into all of that. But anyway, it just hit me at a low vibrational point, when I was being chastised by the boss lady. And, I was feeling a particular way about myself. And, after, we got done speaking with each other, we pretty much left and, parted ways. And, I had to increase my vibrations because I just wasn't feeling it at that particular point. And it wasn't the boss lady's fault, at all. This is what the boss lady is seeing when they watch me, because I'm being watched at work, regardless of the point, corporate America watches. And this is no different with the boss lady. They're watching me. They're watching my performance. They're watching what I'm doing. And, lately I just haven't been, Superman, so to speak. And there's just a lot of things that I need to change. When I work in corporate America, I notice that I get a little bit too complacent and I start doing what everyone else is doing. And I have to separate myself from that. I am a chosen one. I am chosen for a reason. I stand out for a reason. I'm a certain light for a reason. And I walk my own path for a reason. So why am I doing what everyone else doing as far as eating the schools? The food it's not, even though it's not a big issue in regard to eating the, school's food or the children, not the children, but the food is bought for the children. So it is the children's food. But anyway, I'm going to refrain from doing that. Just because everyone else sits around and eats up practically every fucking thing at the school doesn't mean that I have to. So I'm going to try my best to bring my own lunches to work. As far as going out to eat and having drinks, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to refrain from doing that. If they want to go out and drink and kiki, that's on them. I am going to leave it as work because that's what the fuck it is. These people aren't my motherfucking friends. They are my co-workers. And that's what I need to instill in my own motherfucking head because I don't. And this is what gets me in trouble within the work field because I'm thinking these people are my friends and they're not. And, come to think of it, I received an angelic number and I looked into it. And this was maybe about a month ago. And it pre-warned me about some energies within the work field. And I'm just going to keep it real with you. That angelic number said that there are some pretty much fake, phony motherfucking energies around me within the work field, and, be aware of that. And things are coming to the surface in regard to, my job. And I'm starting to realize who these fake energies are. And, I damn sure don't want to be around any fake motherfucking people. So I'm definitely going to be on alert and guard in regard to work and the energies that I invest my time in, because I don't have time for bullshit. And, it seems like there's a little bit of bullshit or a little bit of an unbalance when it comes to work. I'm too empathic. I feel too much. And I definitely feel that there is an imbalance in regard to work, and motherfuckers are telling shit and, talking just a little bit too motherfucking much when they don't know what the fuck a person has going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, I enjoy my job, but it's not my life path job. This is something that's preparing me for my chosen job, which is to use that damn peer support certificate and help people of addiction. That's my true job. But for now, it's serving these damn kids. Anyway, it was an interesting conversation, to say the least. It was a conversation that I needed to have for my own self, because it helps me to look within, and it's a blessing that I had this conversation. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that I had this conversation with the boss lady, because it further helps me to shadow work on my own self and get some things together. So there will be a lot of changes in regard to my podcast. I'm still going to be authentically real and keep it authentic, because I can't be anyone else except for me, because everyone else is chosen, so I have to be me. But I will change up some things in regard to the cast. And, these changes are not going to happen overnight. And I told you guys this before, they will happen in divine timing. And, a lot of things aren't going to change. I'm still, baby, I'm not bending for too much of, how can I say it? I'm just keeping it real and authentic with my damn self. And that's just the bottom line. But I will refrain from, telling stuff about the school and whatever else the case may be. And not just the school, when I talk about, people within my family or, stuff like that, I have to choose my words carefully, because no matter how vague I try to be, somebody can easily pinpoint where I work or easily pinpoint that I'm talking about this person. Not that I give a fuck, I don't care, because what I say is what I say. But I'm not here to offend anyone or, anything like that. And when I say you motherfuckers, or when I talk about the kids, or, a lot of this stuff is for entertainment purposes. And, let that be the reason. Some of it is truly me and some of it is for entertainment purposes. But anyway, after, the chastisement, I don't think chastisement is a word. But anyway, after, the boss lady and I had our conversation, and, I was, on the road, feeling low vibrational at that point. What time was it? Every Wednesday we have a half a day. I'm going to talk about the school for a second. We have a half day. So, we, get out of the lunch is served early for the kids, and the kids get out of school early and whatever else. Anyway, we left work about 12 something. if I'm not mistaken. I have it on my timesheet, but I'm not getting up to get that. Anyway, it was about 12 something when, I think it was about 12 something after myself and the boss lady got done talking. Anyway, I'm riding along and I come across angelic number 133, and, I look into the meaning of 133, and, it's hitting home, and, it's talking about spirituality. And, lately I've been receiving, I broke it down to 7. 7 is speaking more about spirituality. 133 is pretty much letting me know that the ascended masters were near me and always near me and willing to help me out, in regard to, my situation, and how I was feeling at that particular moment. Of course, 1 means new beginnings in regard to 133. But anyway, I looked into 2 separate definitions in regard to the angelic number 133. I had already listened to one of the messages while I was out and about on my way home from work. And I had gotten to another angelic message in regard to 133, and I had made it home, and I had things to take out the car and whatever else. So I put the video on pause. And then after I came in the house and got settled, I continued the video. And, at this particular point, it was 1:44, and, I went into the bathroom because I had to use it, and I sat my phone down, and the 133 video had, eventually ended. A couple of commercials played. And then when I looked down at my phone, I seen the suggested video that, YouTube wanted me to play. And that video ended up being The Secret. And if that wasn't the universe talking to me, what the fuck is? I just get done listening to angelic number 133. I sit my phone down. Y'all know how YouTube is. You play a video. After that video, a couple of commercials play, and then a suggested video comes up. If you're not active on your phone, it's kind of hard to describe, but it's not. If you're a YouTube fanatic, then you know where I'm coming from. Anyway, when I looked down and seen that the suggested video, after hearing the angelic number 133, was The Secret. And I've been talking to you guys about The Secret and incorporating The Secret in my life and using the law of attraction to bring forth what I want. And this is where I'm coming from, you guys. The universe, was not only talking to me in regard to angelic numbers, but the universe was talking to me in regard to symbolism. And the universe sent me The Secret as symbolism that I need to incorporate that law of attraction into my life, manifest what the fuck I want, and go from there. Anyway, I looked into angelic number 144, and let's see, 9, because it breaks down to 9. So 9 means universal spiritual law. 144 is initiative, change, actions. And I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying to get through this so I can get some rest, so I can be prepared for work tomorrow. Anyway, I also have a world watch. And my world watch tells times in different areas, different parts of the world or whatever. Anyway, it was on the wrong time when I checked my watch. And at that particular time, it was 2:21. So my grandmother was reaching out to me at this particular point. Her angelic number is 222. I missed 222 by 1 minute, and it was 223. So I ended up looking into that angelic number. And of course, 223 breaks down to 7. And 7 is order and system, organization, practicality, and let's see what else. Spirituality. No, 222 equals order and system, if I'm not mistaken, organization and practicality. 7 means spirituality. So I seen the number 7 twice. Remember, 133 equals 7 and 7 equals spirituality. Anyway, I'm sorry, you guys, if I'm going off with these numbers, but, this is what I seen 25:45 time of the recording. This is what I seen, after, I was pretty much, chastised by the boss lady and my vibrations were low. The universe quickly came to my aid and uplifted my vibrations with these particular angelic numbers. And when I looked into the meanings, which I don't really have to explain to you guys because these meanings are meant for me, it was on point in regard to everything that I've been going through thus far and how I was feeling. And, I was feeling very, very negative at that point, because that talk or that conversation just made me look into my own self. And what I'm seeing, I'm not liking. And I know that I can do better, but I also need to watch certain energies that I work around, because I don't trust they motherfucking asses. I'm just going to keep it motherfucking real. I have no choice but to keep it real. I don't trust those energies. Not anymore. But anyway, I'm going to end this content, but I just wanted to let you guys know that there are going to be a lot of changes, especially when I, dive deep in regards to this shadow work, because I really do need to meet my shadow and hug my shadow and let my shadow know that everything is going to be okay. You've been neglected for a long motherfucking time. And I almost want to tear up, and I am a little teared up, because my shadow has been neglected for a long time. And it's time to, it's just time to work with my shadow and not against my shadow. And with that being said, I'm going to end this particular episode tonight, but just know once again that, you guys won't be hearing about work and the children and things like that. Anyway, you guys, y'all have a blessed night. And until my next episode, keep those vibrations high the best way that you possibly can. Thank you once again, Angelic Realm, for your blessings. I am very grateful that you guys are guiding me to where I need to be. I'm just angry with my own self that I didn't accept the guidance a long time ago. But it wasn't meant for me to accept a long time ago. It was meant for me to accept when I did accept it. And 28:44 time of the recording. All right, you guys. Namaste. Y'all have a blessed night. And we'll talk mañana. All right. Bye-bye. 28:55 time of the recording. All right. Bye-bye, you guys.